of 4 seasons lost. In Austin, I saw pause. My eyes crawled to the table. Paralyzed by pairwise kites, then intense. This heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Though dice and woes of life. Love and pride. Look at her vibes. What's the meaning of life? One subject to paradise. Christianly is most reflects. Often mirrors as hit, click, rain, killing the flame. Close to she draws near. Stay there. Remove your underwear. Shove it somewhere over there. And paradise. We know our purpose.
Yes, it is. The truth is what you can see. Thank you, everybody, for watching this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark, and it is Tuesday. So you know where we're at. We're at Georgia's Happy Hall. If you haven't been there, you need to come by and check it out because the barbecue is fantastic. And Georgia's, of course, is at 712 Culbertson Drive, just east of Lincoln, just 2 blocks east of Lincoln, actually. And it's right across from the Harn Homestead. If you're going to Harn Homestead, instead of going west to Harn, you go east and go up the hill into the neighborhood just north of the OU Medical Center and south of the state capitol. And, of course, for any catering and events, you can contact them at 405-525-8111. And I can promise you, you will not be disappointed if you have not had George's. I've had a couple people ask me about, man, is it good? I'm like, why don't you just go check it out and quit asking me questions? Go check it out and see what you say, see what you think yourself, because you know I'm sure that I'm a little biased in how I feel about it because it is deliciousness as far as I am concerned, and of course. It's our remote broadcast to all the minority women and black-owned businesses in Oklahoma City. It's brought to you by YNB, family-owned and operated since 1912, the bank that makes things happen. Of course, they are an equal housing lender, member of the FDIC. So if you have any car loans, you want to refinance your house, you want to, buy boats, cars, anything like that, RVs, or in Drew's case, custom. Oh my God, Drew Henthorne of HuskyDrewPicks.com. If you want to buy, golf carts, or if you live on a golf course, you probably definitely want a custom golf cart. Anyway, contact them and pre-qualify at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. And they are definitely the people that you want to talk to for that. And I can tell you right now, I'm joined by my guy, Drew Henthorne of HuskyDrewPicks.com. What's up, my brother?
It's the bank that makes things happen.
Yes, they were. Hey, by the way, I've got a split screen up here. I've got your picture with your North Carolina hat on the screen.
Yeah, don't be putting anything Nebraska up there for a while. At least not till Saturday afternoon about 3:30.
Well, I have no choice but to
put.
No. Y'all guys aren't going to beat OU, so why don't you just stop it right now?
Shock the world.
Y'all not shocking the world.
You know they're already calling it the trap game of the century.
Oh my God, dude! Why are you starting
the trap game of the century? Don't go blowing your grandma's check or forking over your mortgage. Don't do it,
bro. I'm drinking on my watermelon sweet tea. I don't have time for your nonsense.
Don't be drinking a Kool-Aid.
I'm not. I'm drinking my watermelon sweet tea. That's what I'm having. And it's so funny. There's a gentleman next to me. When you said that, he started laughing. he thought that was funny. So do I. How's your day going?
We shall
brother?
See.
How's your day going?
It's going all right. I've been hard at it all day. So.
Well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Now, one thing I was going to talk about. Did you watch the game last night?
I did, and didn't come out well at all. I mean, just terrible. Terrible game.
Yeah.
Terrible clock management.
Dude, you could tell obviously that was Nathaniel Hackett's first game. Could you not tell as a coach?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 100%. But, I mean, Russell Wilson's got to know better than that. I mean, let 25 seconds run off the clock,
The
stand
coach,
there
that was the
talking to
coach.
an offensive lineman.
That was the coach.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's part of our NFL news is, what we're going over. But the game last night, 17-16, Russell did agree, and it's, I might as well just jump over to our NFL news because it's going to make it a little bit easier when we're going to talk about it all, and then we'll come back and talk about the game. But on NFL news, of course, 17-16, the Broncos were defeated by the Seahawks, and it was the Broncos weren't ready to play, bro. And some of the play calling, I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I mean,
they look like they have the same issue that Dallas has. They don't have anybody to throw the ball to. They got one guy, Jerry Jeudy, who did look good.
Yeah, Jeudy did look real good, didn't he? The tight end looked pretty good, but you could tell Russell was off. Tight end was wide open on the sidelines. He had to run and jump and catch it. So I think that Russell has going to have to work on his timing and the things that he has to do for sure. But he did agree with his coach, and the 64-yard field goal. Dude, he had enough length.
He did.
So
I thought, yeah, it just a bad Monday Night Football game between two bad teams.
Well, to me, to start the game, I mean, I would have rather started it off with the Chiefs and the Raiders. I mean, the Raiders and the Chargers or something like that. But we do have a full week schedule of games this week, and it starts off Thursday. Last Thursday, I mean, it started out bad. I mean, the Bills and the Rams weren't a great game either.
Great Thursday night game
this week.
Should be a pretty good Thursday night game. I'm actually thinking about going. Because we're heading to Lincoln anyway. I thought about maybe going through Kansas City and trying to go to that game.
Well, you might as well since you're right there. But Drew, part of my thing is that last Thursday the Bills and the Rams was not a good game. Agreed. Monday Night Football was not a good game. Now, you did have a couple good games the first week of the season. There were some upsets, a tie, and stuff like that. But for overall, it was not a very great weekend for the NFL.
No.
I mean, other than really the Texans, tying, the Steelers winning in overtime on the field goal, which shouldn't have happened anyway because Joe Burrow, their field goal kicker got to learn how to kick an extra point. They got to learn how to block at the line. And then what was the other one? Oh, the Chargers and the Raiders. Yeah. So there were some good games in between, but they started it bad and ended it bad. That's just my opinion.
Well, I think that's a product of not playing anybody in the preseason too.
Yep.
So,
yeah, I mean they're following, the Rams' Rams' deal, and I'm just looking at like Sean McVay and what he does, and I'm like, man, that worked for a little bit, but when you're the Super Bowl champions and you're playing a team, you got to hit a little bit. You got to do something. But they're also missing Andrew Whitworth. So, but do you agree that Russell he had no choice but to agree with his coach? Now he was clean last night. I like the bow tie with that suit. He was clean on that teal blue suit or whatever color it was. That was pretty nice.
Yeah, he does know how to dress. I'll give you that.
Well, the good thing about it, I don't have to look up and see somebody in a scarf and a hat, so I'm okay with that. How about?
It doesn't look like Dallas is going to get Cam Newton, so I think they're going to ride it out with the redheaded wonder. We'll see what happens. They're saying Prescott 3 to 4 weeks.
Oh well, that's not bad if it's 3 to 4 weeks. That's not bad.
Yeah.
What about T.J. Watt? Do you agree that he needs to get a second and third opinion on his torn or strained pectoral? Because you're looking at
100%. That's a massive injury for a defensive end.
Yeah, that's either season-ending or 6 weeks is what it is.
Yeah.
But it also could be his career if they get it wrong.
Right. Or he could constantly be in one of them shoulder hunters. What was the old guy that DeMarcus Ware?
Yep.
That played for the Cowboys. He had that injury. He was down for a long time. It pretty much got him out of Dallas.
Yeah, well, they did. The problem is I don't think they diagnosed it properly. And he's doing the same. I'm sure he called DeMarcus Lawrence and said, hey, what happened? He goes, hey, this is what you need to do, bro. But, of course, then what does he do? He resurrects his career at the Denver Broncos and just dominates and helps them win the Super Bowl with Von Miller on the other side. Boy, they were nasty, weren't they? God dang. It's like, what do you look for? They're both coming at you. Chargers, Keenan Allen is out with a hamstring. unlikely to play against the Chiefs. And then, of course, Harrison Butker, the kicker for the Chiefs, and Trent McDuffie, so the cornerback. And he played really, really well for a rookie, I thought.
Hey, Buckner's a big loss for the Chiefs. That guy's an automatic. He can kick it from anywhere.
Yeah, pretty much. So they do have Reed. Thank God they drafted a guy who could play safety and kick extra points. I'm not sure. Yep. I'm not so sure about how field goal. I think that the Chiefs are going to be going for it a lot or punting. Don't you? If there's anything over 40 yards,
anything under 3 yards, they're going.
Well, that's what I'm saying is 40 yards back.
Oh
yeah. Yeah, anything over 40 yards, they're going for it. And unless it's 4th and 10 or something, then they'll probably go ahead and kick a field goal. But to me, you almost have to. I don't know if you can go for it against the Chargers. You can't give him a short field. You know what I'm saying?
Nope.
Justin Herbert, you give him a short field, you're in trouble. I think they almost have to play.
What do you think about that game being on Amazon Prime and not on national TV?
I love that. No, it's on ABC.
I think it's the Amazon Prime game.
Well, because I looked at it and
it says exclusively on Amazon Prime on all of their ads.
No, because it has. Let me see, where is it? I looked it up, Drew, and on the games this week is on NBC and Prime Video.
Okay.
They're not going to have a Thursday night game strictly on Prime Video.
They're not. You wouldn't think so.
They're not having it. No, it's NBC and exclusively streaming on Prime Video. Because there's, you know how all the streaming services and, all this trying to stream it? No, it's Prime Video or NBC. Now, the Peacock, I don't even think they're allowing the NBC's Peacock streaming to do it. So, but it's definitely going to be on because I saw it on my thing. I looked on it and I put all the games down. And it's NBC and Prime Video. So, but then we'll come back and what we'll do, Drew, is we'll go over the schedule this week. And what we'll do is do our picks. How does that work for you?
Okay.
We're going
to do picks for the whole week?
No. Remember I gave you all the picks for the Chargers and just football Thursday, Sunday, and Monday. Of course, this is just for now, early lines. And, of course, on Thursday we'll come back and we will go over it fully on what the new lines are on Thursday or on Wednesday. But this is just early line picks. We're not going to really hold anybody's feet to the fire on this. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think we can, you know what I mean, Drew? I don't think we can actually, because we know right now, if it's 4 now, it ain't going to be 4 on Thursday or 3.5 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? By the time the game starts, somebody's going to throw some money large one way or the other, don't you think?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I don't think that it's going to be like that. That's kind of how I look at it. So we'll see. But anyway, we want to pay some bills right now. What we're going to do is thank our sponsors, Collaborative Logic, the guys who have got my system and everything all set up so that we can do these live stream remotes. Collaborative Logic, if you have any IT needs, if you want to buy a computer, you're starting up a new system, you're starting a new company, whatever, Collaborative Logic and my guy Russell Williford are the people that you need to holler at. If you've got any civil engineering or whatever kind of engineering, SRB or surveying or planning, these guys are great behind the scenes as far as doing any sort of buildings. If you're trying to build neighborhoods, whatever, laying out new complexes, they are the people that you want to go to and contact my boy, Mark Long, the engineer over there at SRB. Jose Fierro and Oak Grove Trucking. Now, Drew, Jose is upset right now, He didn't holler at me until late last night after the game. He wasn't trying to holler at me. He's a huge Broncos fan, so he wasn't really trying to holler at me.
Dude, I know the feeling.
Yeah, you do. You're a Nebraska fan, so you really hurt. Then, of course,
just keep them coming. Hey, come on. Get it all out of your system.
I'm not getting it out of my system.
Saturday about 3 o'clock, boy. There's going to be a lot of crow being ate.
Oh, my God.
How do you like your crow? Medium rare?
Anyway, and then, of course, Greg and Max Nafee and Nafco. And then none of this would have been possible without our guys at YNB, family owned and operated since 1912.
The bank to make things happen.
Yes, they are an equal housing lender, a member of the FDIC. If you want to pre-qualify any loans, you can at www.ynbok.com. That's ynbok.com. If you want to pre-qualify for any loans, those are the places to go.
Go in there and holler at Carson or Carolyn or don't ask Carson to play golf, though. You won't get invited.
Dude. Well, is that why he invited me? Because I didn't ask him. Dude, this watermelon sweet tea is just off the chain, man. Oh, my God. I love this watermelon sweet tea. And guess what, Drew? I know people are going to be mad. 5 or 6 people came in after me. Sorry. I drank all the tea. I got the last bit of it. Man, I'm going to tell you what. That picture of you in the North Carolina blue with the hoodie, with the zip up, that thing is clean, man. The only thing is missing is you don't have the right color ring on to match the color of it. That's the only thing I can see.
But just wait. We're only 44 days until basketball season. Then all my baby blue will be out in full force.
Oh, I bet
it's about all I got left to hang on to. So
yeah, it'll be fine. Okay, here are our picks today. Here are your picks for the day, Drew. You got your Braves. Man, they're rolling, aren't they? Minus 165.
Bad loss last night, though. They had a chance to take back the lead in the division. And the bases loaded, no outs, and get one run. Can't have that.
That was like the Yankees the other night. Had the bases loaded, no outs, bottom of the ninth at home, and got 0 runs.
Well, I don't like playing in San Francisco either. That's a tough one. That's a tough one to go when you just come off a big series in Seattle.
Right.
I like the over. I really thought San Fran would be hung over because they had to come across country. Didn't get in until 5 a.m. But for whatever reason, that guy threw a dime last night. So that's what happens. I told you I don't like betting baseball this time of year. I'm basically just doing it for fun.
Yep, you did tell me that. Blue Jays money line minus 105.
That's a good game. That's a good game tonight between two playoff teams, the Rays and the Jays. That should be a good one.
The Rays and the Jays.
Basically a coin flip.
Ray J, he was a pretty good singer. Phillies plus 130.
Yeah, taking the Phillies. They're in a dogfight for that last playoff spot. They got to win.
And of course, my Yankees minus 165. I'm not unhappy about that at all.
They just need to win. They need to put together some wins. They're not playing that great right now.
No, they really aren't, are they? They picked the wrong time to fall back. And then, of course, the D-backs plus.
I'm taking the D-backs against the Dodgers tonight because the Dodgers basically have nothing to play for. They clinched the division, clinched the number 1 spot. And they normally don't play very well against the D-backs. So
now, is it in Chavez?
The Dodgers played down to their competition.
Is it in Chavez Ravine or is it?
No, it's in
Scottsdale or Phoenix, wherever, Chandler, something, whatever one of those little small towns is. Okay, but if you had to pick one, who is your favorite today? If you had to pick one of these, who do you like best? If you had to do a lot.
I like the Braves, and I like the Braves tonight, and the Braves are the Phillies. The Braves have to win. It's very vitally important the Braves win the division. They don't want to be in a barbecue scenario if they win 100 games.
Yeah, that's true. They don't want to be in that situation at all. That is not good for the Braves if that happens. I can tell you that. So,
and they'll probably end up having to play the Phillies or the Padres, and the Padres are dangerous.
Yeah, the Padres have been playing really well, haven't they?
Mm-hmm. You don't want to see the Padres in a best 2 out of 3 with the offensive firepower that lineup has.
No, especially where they're playing but you know what? It's just like any other sport. It's who's playing best at the end when it counts. That's what it comes down to.
The Braves are arguably the hottest team in baseball right now. But either way, you don't want your fortunes left up to a 2-game series.
No, you've got to win ball games. The whole thing is at this time of the year, the team that's in the best situation, the team that's the most healthy, the team that's playing the best is usually the team that gets anything done or gets it done.
And the Braves are throwing Kyle Wright tonight, 17-game winner, outside shot at a Cy Young. He's not going to win it because his name's Kyle Wright, but he's probably been their best pitcher, and they're going against a 4-5 Jacob Junis for the Giants. So
hey,
I like their chances.
I'm surprised Commander Wright didn't kick in on that one because he's all right. When you said Wright, he wasn't going to win. I thought Commander Wright would send us a text.
You tell me. You think about. He's 17-5 with a 2.23 ERA, and you won't hear his name mentioned in a Cy Young race.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I don't understand how they do some of the things that they do sometimes. You know what I'm saying, Drew? When they come up with some of this
Yep.
stuff, it's pathetic, man. It is absolutely ridiculous on what they do. So I know. Okay, well here we go. We're gonna do the man. These flies are just beating me up. Okay, here we are. We're gonna do the games this week. Chargers and Chiefs. How do you think the Keenan Allen injury will affect the Chargers? Now I don't have their.
I think it definitely affects them. They're going to have. I mean, they need to be hitting on all cylinders. They're going to have to score 30 points to beat the Chiefs. So
at home.
To me, it's a bad matchup. The only thing they kind of got going for them is they're on 3 days rest. But you got to figure the Chiefs, probably prepared for two teams in the run up to the season. So I don't foresee the Chiefs having that much of an issue. But the Chargers, on the other hand, if you had to prepare for the Raiders and the Chiefs, playing within a 10-game period, doesn't bode well. And they already took the front end of it. So I think they'll be happy with a split. I look for the Chiefs to roll.
Well, my thing with that though is that the silver lining for both teams, if there is one, is the fact that they're divisional rivals.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and the Chargers open up with 2 divisional rivals back to back.
How fair was that?
I don't know.
At least one of them is at home.
Then you got to play one on Sunday afternoon at 3:00. And basically turn around, flip around, and play the Chiefs on Thursday night. So really, you basically had 1 day, a rest, a walkthrough, flight, and then ball game.
Yeah, because Sean Payton was talking about how they usually don't do anything till Wednesday. Well, clearly that's not the case. They went to work again on Sunday right away. Or excuse me, Monday.
Yeah, that's what I said. So you got to probably figure that they had prepared for 2 teams in 10 days.
Right, they had already prepared for it. The only beautiful thing about both teams, you don't have to play for 10 days.
Nope.
So any injuries you get to do that. But I do like your line, the Chiefs -4. That's not a bad line, Drew.
No, it's not. I mean, the Chiefs at home. I mean, you got to figure they, like I said, they probably had prepared for. Yeah. They probably prepared to have the Chargers come in, to where the Chargers, they're playing 2 divisional rivals back-to-back games in 10 days.
So which is more of a focus. I think that you're right. Chiefs were more focused on the Chargers than they were the Cardinals.
Hey Matt, we got a guest speaker here in the car with me today.
Oh, we do. Who we got?
True Sooner fan. He's so nervous. He's riding around with me today.
He's not talking right now. What's the deal, Drew? I don't hear him speaking.
He's scared. He's scared. I'm just trying to figure out how to address 2 hacks. Couldn't pick their nose.
Oh Lord, here we go. Oh my God. Dude, you're live on TV, on radio. I mean, you can't be. You gotta be careful on what you say there.
I was. So you guys, I didn't know a Vikings fan like yourself even cared about the Chiefs ball game.
I'm definitely not a Vikings fan.
No, he's not a Vikings fan.
I'm not a. I don't have a football team.
He doesn't have a pro football fan. He's what you call a fence straddler. You know what they say about people who straddle fences?
No, I don't. I just don't have a team. I don't care.
I know you grew up with the Jerry Sloan poster on your wall.
Who?
Jerry Sloan.
I don't know who that is.
Jerry Sloan.
I have no idea who that is.
All I got to do is get a razor and fix your hair a little bit. You can be Carl Malone for Halloween. Mailman.
Now, I dislike all things Utah.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, and then
I want you to start delivering. I want you to start delivering for me. That's what I want. Deliver the picks. Give me the news.
Hey, Chad. All I know is he became a Laker, and then he gets to the championship and he folds.
He did. Boy, he
didn't do anything.
He missed all those free throws.
Dude, he was terrible.
He missed those free throws.
Sabotages.
Terrible, man. Terrible. So
he came a year late.
Still,
all
you gotta do is just do what you do. You wanted the ring.
You had to rebound, get fouled, leave at the free throw line like you did the whole time when we were playing you.
The biggest loss ever for the Lakers for me, which the biggest missed opportunity was when David Stern robbed us of Chris Paul when we had lineup and make us all. That would have been so ugly.
Oh,
you imagine lobs? You know, the match, all they did was go to the lane and throw it out. That would have been just lights out.
Another thing I hate about it is David Stern goes, well, it wasn't a good deal for us. And then what you got for Chris Paul by trading him to the Clippers was you got nothing.
A good deal for whom? I never got an explanation on why that got botched.
I know because David Stern said it wasn't a good deal. At that time, he was pissed off at the Lakers.
Pissed off at Kobe Bryant.
That's correct. So he did not want to give the Lakers a chance to keep winning. That's what he did.
Yep.
That's why
silly because people love a dynasty because they want to watch it fail or they want to ride the bandwagon.
I agree, but that was David Stern and what he did, and it just pissed me off, man. I'm like you.
You know how many people watch football because of Tom Brady? They don't even like football. They like Tom Brady because he's 45. And I wonder how many women started watching pro football because of Tom Brady. I like Tom Brady.
A bunch.
They like, and people like Kobe.
People like to hate Tom Brady.
People love something that's polarizing, which is silly to me that Stern couldn't see that.
He was pissed at him. And he didn't want to give him to him because I agree with you. You get Chris Paul, Kobe, and Gasol, it would have been over.
Yeah,
they would have won. Look what we're doing now. 2 decades later, we're talking about it.
Yeah.
Think about how much more time on the NBA would have had dominated. Think about all the shows talking about it constantly, and when it would have gone on. It's silly.
And no telling who they would have added after the fact.
Oh yeah, no doubt, because we know NBA players like to play together. We definitely know that. So. But okay, on Sunday, Drew, Panthers and Giants.
Panthers.
Okay,
Giants aren't winning 2 in a row. Giants minus 2.5.
Yep. The Giants, the Giants minus 2.
Yep.
Take Panthers plus 2.
Yep. Okay, you got the Buccaneers and the Saints. That's gonna be a good game.
And the Saints give the Buccaneers trouble every year.
Where is it though?
It's in New Orleans.
It's in New Orleans.
It's Tampa.
New Orleans.
What's the Saints minus 3?
Yep.
Bucks minus 3.
Bucks minus 3.
And I take the Saints 6. I had the linebacker.
Yeah. To me, I don't know. The Bucks defense is salty. They're going to rough James Winston.
I can see Winston serving up a couple. For sure.
I like the Bucks minus 3 there.
Yeah.
And Brady didn't play very well opening game.
That gives Brady one more week to get in sync too, because Dallas' defense is not shabby.
No. Micah Parsons was in his grill all night.
Dude, that guy's a human. That guy's a human panther.
Well, he is. He's crazy.
Yeah, Drew and I talked about it. Just think if you had Gregory and you went ahead and got Bobby Wagner at middle linebacker for the Cowboys.
If you had
Von Miller.
Oh yeah, you could have had him too.
Yeah.
Even if you mortgage it for 1 year and give away the next 3 years for that, Von Miller with him out there with Gregory.
You only
had to score 10 points a game to win.
And they could have got Bobby Wagner. You have him in the middle.
I don't understand that.
I mean, think about this.
That makes you.
You have Von Miller. You have Von Miller. You have Gregory. You have Micah Parsons, and you have Wagner. Dude, who's gonna block who? what linebacker? Who do you pick? Hey, watch out for him. Okay, well he's gonna come.
Oh.
So
you got 2 guys. You have 2 players right there requiring double teams right now.
Right. Every time.
You got people running free all day.
I don't. Jerry Jones. I think that I forget what sports guy. He says put it simple. Jerry Jones is Al Davis right now.
Yeah, well, I said that.
I don't think
it reminds me. They're just alike.
Just alike, right?
I don't know if he's so much Al Davis, but he's trying to play that country boy slick stuff. He's trying to pretend like we're trying to win, but he's still got the most expensive franchise in the world.
That's not going to change.
They're still making money.
That's not going to change. But he wants to win.
It's not, and think about this: think about what's going on today. He's even when they fail miserably, they're in the news even as much if they fail as if they win.
Probably more.
He still gets paid.
Yeah, he does. But Drew, I'm gonna tell you this, Chad. He wants to win a chip. He wants to win one on his own without Jimmy to say he did it. Because neither one of them. This was funny. Neither one of them has been successful without the other.
No.
Jimmy Johnson was not successful without Jerry, and Jerry's not successful without Jimmy.
I mean, Stephen A. Smith largely has a career bagging on Dallas.
Yeah, he does.
That's why people love to hate him.
Boy,
just because he bags on Dallas.
Dude, Skip Bayless is the exact opposite. He just has money because he's on Dallas.
Did you see him take off his jersey? He took off his Dak Prescott jersey.
His hat. He does it every year.
Oh, that was hilarious. I said, Skip, you're a mess, man. Okay, Dolphins, Ravens.
I like the Ravens. Give me the Ravens -3. Although I will take the under in that game, and it's probably not but like 36. So.
Well, I'm gonna say this about Lamar. You turn down between 160 and 180.
Yeah,
they're going to franchise you.
Yeah,
they're going to franchise you.
That's what happens when you negotiate your own contract.
I mean, this is crazy.
Playing the quarterback.
He wants $230 million. It's not happening.
He's not gonna do it. He runs the ball too much. He's gonna get hurt.
Well, this is the deal. He's got his mom negotiating. There's been 4 quarterback signings since Deshaun Watson did his. None of them have gotten even close to that.
No.
They haven't even got close to it. The only one got close to it was your boy Kyler Murray at 186. He's the only one got close.
And none of them, if you watch them play, are earning their money as we speak.
No, not one. Not one of them. Not one of them. But the only 2 that I think will get close to $200 million is Herbert and Burrow. They're going to get. They're going to get close.
You guys free tickets. You guys don't know how to
Yeah,
act.
I agree 100%. But I just think Lamar, dude, take the money guaranteed and move on because they're just going to franchise you. You're only going to get $40 million. He's making a huge mistake. A huge mistake. Cardinals and Raiders. You hear me?
Cardinals and Raiders. That's going to be a high-scoring game.
-5.5. The early line.
Well, I'm tempted to take the Cardinals in that game, but boy, they look terrible against the Chiefs. But that's a harbinger that you really don't want to be compared against. I mean, we're playing probably the best team in the league. So
yeah,
I don't know. I think that's a lot of points. All right, buddy, I'll shout at you. Guest picker's gone.
Oh, he's gone now. What happened to him? He's got Chad gone.
Yeah, I had to drop him off at his truck.
Oh, okay. That's hilarious. He cracks me up. Jerry Sloan. Are you serious? Wow. I was not a Chicago Bulls fan, and he couldn't play. So I'm out on that deal.
Wasn't Jerry Sloan the coach at the Jazz for a while, too?
That's what I'm saying. But when he said number 4, that's when he was at Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Then when he said that, I knew exactly what he was talking about. He did an ass. You got Texans versus the Broncos, bro. Texans, boy, Lovie Smith got him playing down there, don't he?
Yeah, at 10 points. I mean, what I just saw out of the Broncos doesn't bode well for telling me they're going to beat somebody by 2 touchdowns. But we'll preface that by saying it is in Mile High. It is going to be game 2 underneath Russell Wilson's belt.
And Hackett.
He's probably going to play better.
And the offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Or the coach.
I don't know. That's a dangerous game. I would probably stay away from that game, but if you had to hold my feet to the fire, 10's too many.
Yep.
10's too many.
That's a lot, man. But, of course, it's early right now. We'll come back and we'll address it later, especially on Friday after we come back after we discuss Chargers and Chiefs. Okay, you got the Bears and the Packers. Wow. It's at Green Bay, though. That's going to be at Green Bay, too. I tell you what, Justin Fields, I thought he played really well, Drew, considering.
I thought he did, too. I liked him in college.
I did, too. I liked him a lot. But you know what?
Packers -10 is too many points.
That's a lot
That's
of
going to be a defensive battle. And, hey, the Packers did not look good. They're my Super Bowl pick. They did not look good.
Yeah, I know. You told me that. I laughed
lost. Yeah, but hey, it's early. Like I said, let's not get away from it. It's just one game.
But I will say this: the best wide receiver in football looked really good. He looked really good. Devontae, he looked really good for the Raiders, didn't he? Do you think, Drew? Oh, I lost Drew. Okay.
I'm here.
Okay, I said Devontae looked really, really good, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
He's a monster.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Okay, Monday night, Titans and Bills. That should be a good game.
Love the Bills. Bills are going to throttle people. Telling you, those guys, they're hitting on all cylinders. They're playing with a chip on their shoulder.
Yes, they are.
Titans just got beat by the Giants. Now they got to turn around and play the Bills.
Yep.
Doesn't bode well for them. I hope it's a good game, and it should. I mean, if they could run the ball, but you saw that Buffalo defense. You telling me they're going to run the ball against Buffalo? Not going to happen.
No, I don't. That's going to be. I think that it's time for the backup quarterback maybe to play, because I think Sean Payton was right. There's 7 or 8 teams that are going to switch quarterbacks. I think the Titans are one of those teams that will switch and have a different quarterback by the end of the year. Vikings versus the Eagles.
That's going to be a good game.
Now, this is what I love about when they do the double games on Monday night. You have the Titans and Bills at 6:15 on ESPN. Then you have the Vikings and Eagles at 7:30 on ABC. So you almost get to see the first half of the Titans Bills and then make your decision on whether you want to switch over or you can finish watching the game.
Or you can just be over at my house and have them both on upstairs.
Yeah, but my problem is coming out to your house trying to get home that night. That's a long drive. Bro, that's a long. I'm not paying. That's a $50, $60 Uber drive.
Man, but you must be taking Uber Black.
I'm not going to start with you. I'm not starting with you at all. Okay, so you have the Eagles -3 in that game, or is the Vikings -3? Which one did you have?
It's the Eagles -3, and I'll be on the Vikings.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. The Vikings, man.
Although that is going to be a hyped up game. Philadelphia is going to be going crazy because those idiots think they can win a Super Bowl now. It's not going to happen. And the Vikings are tough.
Dude, Jalen Hurts can't throw the ball, man.
No, he can run it.
I know, but I mean, he can throw the little stuff. But I just look at him. I'm like, in all this time, you haven't got to go into a quarterback guru or somebody to help you throw the ball. Yeah.
Well,
maybe you have.
Speaking of the Eagles, I saw today that the rumor mill's got Gardner Minshew possibly to the Cowboys.
I don't think the Eagles are going to give up their backup quarterback. Not to
they
the Cowboys.
Shouldn't. Not to a division rival.
Well, not to the Cowboys. Maybe to the Commanders, but not to the Cowboys. I mean, boy, the Lori would get killed, or whoever their owner is.
Oh, yeah.
He would get murdered by Philadelphia.
Oh, yeah.
Talking
They're
about
not
media,
giving Dallas anything.
You talk about a tough media. That's not Oklahoma City. They are brutal, boy. They do not play at all there. Oklahoma City.
And they hate Dallas.
They hate the Cowboys with a passion. And that's why when I sit there and look at it, I'm going, man, Drew, I'm like, I don't see that, brother. I mean, possibly, but yeah, I don't see them.
Or they got Dallas bent over a barrel and make them give up something they don't want to give up for a guy that sucks, and have Jerry grasping the straws.
Yeah, there's some backups out there that you can go get, but
I mean, I think you got it. To me, you look at Ryan Fitzpatrick, you look at Cam Newton, you look at you maybe like I said, you maybe go try to pull Mason Rudolph from the Steelers. He's a serviceable backup.
Now,
that you're not going to just,
especially if you're looking at 4 weeks. Isn't it 4 weeks?
And you might be able to get you a solid backup, sign him to a future contract, because he's not going to be in Pittsburgh next year.
No. He's definitely the third guy for sure. He's not playing. Yep. I think he was okay with carrying the clipboard, being the backup, but being third teamer, you ain't doing nothing, but you getting paid.
Well, and you know that they're not gonna play him ahead of their draft pick. I mean, the kid from Pitt's going to be the next quarterback there.
Dude, he's not as good as Kenny Pickett. And
no, he's not.
And I like Mason, but he ain't better than Kenny Pickett.
I do too.
He ain't better than Kenny Pickett. I mean, I'm sorry,
but he's better. But he's better than the guy they got right now.
Mr. Trubisky? Oh, you talking about Dallas?
No, he's better at Dallas. He's better than Dallas backup right now.
Yeah, there's no question. And he'd be closer to home,
Cooper Rush.
Yeah, Cooper, and he'd be closer to home to Oklahoma State. So that has a lot to do with it too, don't you think, Drew?
Oh, for sure. It's a natural fit for him. I mean, he gets out of Pittsburgh. He's needed in Dallas. You play for 4 to 6 weeks. You're auditioning for a job somewhere else. You never know what happens.
No,
but if you
really
don't, Dak comes back. Well, Dak's injury prone. You're probably going to play quite a bit being Dak's backup.
Dude, I think Dak, he's gone after next year. I think the Cowboys are done. They've gave him his money. He's got all his guaranteed dollars. He's done.
He's damaged goods, man. He's damaged goods.
He's done. But that's what Jerry gets for not signing him for that first time around. You know, you would be done. You would be at the end of your contract. You wouldn't have paid him a bunch of money. He would be done. You'd be done with him. But no, you know, you waited and waited and waited. And
they had a chance to go get Tom Brady. They had a chance. They could have gone and thrown all their chips on the board, got rid of Dak, and had Tom Brady.
Well, I don't know if Giselle didn't want it. I think she had a pick in it too, Drew.
Right.
I think she was like, okay. I mean, put it like this, Drew. Florida versus Dallas. Tampa Bay versus Dallas.
But at the time, Dallas had the better team.
Yes. Well, it was really close.
I mean, once Brady signed with the Buccaneers, they signed everybody.
Yeah, they did.
But before that, they weren't that good.
Yep, you're right. You're right. Well, they had a decent team.
And Dallas was loaded.
Dallas was loaded. They were loaded. But Jerry, once again,
can you imagine Brady behind that offensive line with all three of those wide receivers, tight ends, running backs?
Yep.
I mean,
he had
good
everything.
Lord.
Yep. And the defense.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Remember,
I get more and more frustrated. I get more and more frustrated with Jerry Jones every day.
Yeah, well, you know, it's almost time for him to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's getting close.
He needs to move on, but he's going to be just like Al Davis until his health dictates him getting out. He ain't going nowhere. But the only good thing about Dallas right now is if they keep playing like this, you're in the hunt for a quarterback.
Well, you know, the only thing that Dallas maybe has to go for him is Jerry will end up breaking some rule, like knocking somebody up or getting another DUI or something that'll get him banned from the NFL.
Well,
who knows?
I don't know about all that, but you know, speaking of that, Drew, the NBA news that you see. What? I'm sorry, Drew. How is he still an owner?
I have no idea. I mean, you got to run the guy off in L.A. That guy's got to be ran off too, doesn't he?
Well, this is the difference. In L.A., they had him on tape.
On tape, yeah.
And I think if they had him actually on video or on tape saying it, because there's difference than somebody saying he said it and whatever, than you actually hearing him say the words out of his mouth. Okay?
That's why hearsay is normally not admissible in court.
That's correct. But, you know, the fact that he did it at least 5 times, that meant he did it way more than that. They just haven't any proof on it. If you do it once, you do it all the time. You know?
Right.
And
it's a pattern.
It's like I tell my friends, there's a difference when you're my boy and you saying it to me versus saying it in public. You can't say it in public because, A, you don't know who's going to be around. And, you know, if I hear somebody say that's not my boy, I have an issue with it. So if it's my boy, I'm cool because it's us, but you ain't my boy. I don't know you. You can't talk to me like that. So there's a difference. But, you know, here's this list of stuff, Drew. I mean, wow. Inequitable conduct towards the female, which means, you know what that means, talking about how they look, how they dress, you know, making sexual innuendos, yelling at his employees. Drew, 320 employees or former employees they interviewed. That's a lot. They got text messages.
That's what you call a deep dive.
Oh, they got text messages. They had emails. Yeah, they got everything. So this is the deal. He won't be allowed to be present at the facilities. Shocker. You know, what a shock. He can't attend or participate in any events or activities, including games, practices, or partner activities, which means he can't talk to his partners, which they already knew how he was anyway. You know what I'm saying? And if truth be told, a couple of them probably want to get rid of him. They probably don't like him. And then, of course, he can't represent the Suns or the Mercury on any public or private capacity. He can't have any involvement with the business or basketball operations. I was like, isn't that the same thing as what you said earlier? But, of course, it's a legal document, and they want to make sure that they cover everything. They're like, yeah, you try to slide. No, there's no wiggle room here. I just laughed. And no involvement with business, governance activities, either team, including meetings with either league boards. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
This is
I mean, they basically banned him from everything but Thanksgiving.
That's correct. And this is what fun. Hey, this is what I laughed at. Leader training, it just went offline. So I got the Wi-Fi cut off on me. But anyway, I just laughed at that. But this is the deal, Drew. I don't care who you are. $10 million, $10 million. Don't you think?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 100%.
Hey, guess what? He fought the $10 million fine. He fought the $10 million fine, and he fought the year suspension. Bro, they wanted to get rid of you to $10 million.
Not like $10 million going to break him.
Yeah, but the whole thing is that they threw the maximum fine at him.
Yeah.
They really wanted to get rid of him. I can promise you that, but they couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I promise you they wanted to get rid of him.
Well, I hope that he gets the same backlash as old boy got in L.A.
Well, but Drew, not really. He can't because we don't. Like you said, hearsay. We know he did it. We know he's despicable. We know he's cheap. You know what I'm saying? We know he's cheap. He's one of the cheapest owners. We know all that. And now he's being douchey. But I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Look at Daniel Snyder of the Redskins. He was worse.
Yeah.
He was these guys. These you could pay money to go see the cheerleaders. Perform in bikinis and all of that, and work out, and offering you to go to dinner with them, and possibly have sex with them or whatever. I mean, come on, man, that's worse. Treating a woman worse. I'm talking about treating women, not worse than the N-word.
You're leveraging employment for sexual favors there.
That's exactly what you're doing. And so but then nothing happened to him. So this guy, until you actually hear something like John Gruden's type deal, which they wanted to get rid of Gruden anyway. But you gotta have something tangible. But I'm with you, Drew. When I saw that, I'm like, how the hell is he still in the league? How the hell is this guy still on a team? 17 years, though, Drew. And obviously,
how the hell did it take you so long to bust his ass?
Well, because somebody finally blew the whistle.
Right.
It was a year-long investigation. So today's generation, in today's times, you have to be so careful. You say the wrong thing, somebody says something, you're done.
Yep.
And let's face it, a year suspension. What did Steinbrenner, they gave him, a year for what he did to Dave Winfield? Or two? No, they gave him longer. Was it 2 years, wasn't it?
I think it was like
2 or 3 years.
Didn't he get suspended like halfway through a year, and then he got the whole next year or something? I can't remember. I'd have to look at it.
Yeah, it was a long time. I know that. They threw the book at him. But, this deal, Drew, I'm with you, though. Hearsay is hearsay, even though you have it. Different things he said supposedly. If until you can hear him on tape, I don't think the backlash. And the problem with the players are, most of the agents are white for the NBA players anyway.
Yep.
You have a few black ones that are good, and those particular ones, like I can promise you, what's LeBron's? What's his?
Shit.
Now his agency, now the people, him and Rich Paul, they represent
Rich Paul.
Yeah, Rich Paul. Yeah, but I'm saying the name of that. I forget what.
What's the name of their management
That's what
group?
I said. I can't think of the name of it. But anyway, none of their clients, none of their people, they're not going to the Suns.
They're not going to Phoenix. Nope.
None of their people are going. I don't care who it is. You ain't getting no more players. And I'm sorry if I'm Devin Booker.
And there should be some feet held to the fire there too. You got the president of the Players Association on your team.
Yeah, Chris Paul.
We'll see what happens.
See what happens.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, I'm gone.
Yeah.
Devin Booker, when my contract's up, I'm done with you, man.
Might turn out good for the Lakers.
Hey, but I'm with Chad, dude. I'm still mad.
I'll take Devin Booker.
Oh yeah.
Today.
Hey, can we trade him for Westbrook? I'm just asking.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm
just inquiring.
Just let me know if that works.
I'm just inquiring. That's all I'm. I'm just inquiring, man. I'm just asking simple questions. So, but now, when are you leaving for Lincoln? Thursday.
So I'm going to see you tomorrow. I'm going to try to make it over to Nets tomorrow. So.
I don't know about. I'm going to be at Ned's. I don't know what you're going to do, but it's wings and wings.
I'm going to try to be there. I'm going to grab some dinner, take it home for the girls, and I wouldn't have to cook. So
And by the way,
I'll plan on seeing you there.
And by the way, remind me, I have. Oh my God, my mind just went blank. I told Sable that Hogan. I've got his youth medium T-shirt from way back when.
Okay.
Since he's growing,
I'll grab it.
He can't wear any of his youth small T-shirts. They said that Joe and her were telling me that he's wearing them every day, and they're too small for him. And I was like, well, hell, Hayden has got to have some T-shirts he can wear. You would think. I mean, hell, she's got a bunch of them. We know Shanny can't, but surely Hayden's got some that he can wear, or he may be too big for that. He may be too small for those yet. So. But anyway, we're going to do a round of pink T-shirts. They should be here next week.
Yeah,
or the 1st of October for breast cancer from a girl, Patty. So we're gonna have some made up for her. Then tomorrow, I don't know what time I'm going to get there, Drew, because my sister's funeral is at 11. So I'm going to be rolling in there probably right about 1:30 when I roll in there and do the show. So
just hit me up.
But I'll let you know. I plan on being there, and I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, brother.
Okay,
God bless
everybody.
you, man. Be safe.
Thanks.
Later.
Oh, whoa, Drew.
Yes, sir.
Hold on, forgot. We did not do the Big 12, bro. Forgot. We got to do the Big 12, and then we can get out of here. Okay, the Big 12 schedule this week, preliminary, and we'll go over it again this week. But the preliminary schedule is, I've got it up here. Can you see it? Oh, you can't see it.
I can pull it up.
Texas State at Baylor. Obviously, the first big game at 11 is clearly OU and Nebraska. Yeah. And of course, we already know you're taking
Shock the world.
Okay, Texas State versus Baylor. I think Baylor kills
Baylor rolls. Texas State's terrible.
And I don't know who Towson is, but they play versus West Virginia.
Yeah, there's not even a line on the game.
Yeah, there's not?
I have to tell you, no.
Oh, wow. Ohio versus Iowa State. That ought to be a good game, I think.
Should be a decent game. That's a lot of points. 18 points is a lot.
Yeah.
Iowa State couldn't score against Iowa, but Iowa's defense is pretty good. But Ohio runs the ball. That might be a game to take the under.
Yeah, well, Iowa's only giving up, 10 points in 2 games on defense?
Yeah.
Or 13 points, actually? Yeah. So I'll take that. I wouldn't mind doing that as well. Tulane versus Kansas State. I think that's.
I like Kansas State there. I mean, Tulane's terrible, and Kansas State just runs the ball down your throat.
I know, but god dang, man, I don't know. Can they put up 45?
Although
again?
Tulane is 3-0.
Yeah, and they gave OU, and they should have beat OU last year. So,
yep.
I mean, I don't know. Kansas versus Houston.
Give me Houston there.
Yeah.
KU still drunk after beating West Virginia.
And they got to go to Houston, and Houston just got beaten overtime.
And Houston
got beat by overtime.
Yeah.
How about them playing 2 of their former future teams back to back? How about that?
Yeah, no, crazy.
Then of course Arkansas, Pine Bluff, and our boys, the Cowboys.
Oklahoma State rolls.
Yep.
There's no line on that game. Oklahoma State went by 50.
Yeah, then we'll go back and we'll go over it again tomorrow in depth. You can get some lines on it.
And I tell you that UTSA, give me all those UTSA 31 points against Texas on Saturday.
That's a lot of points.
That's a tough turnaround for Texas to beat somebody by 38 points after
especially
that.
Especially with their
backup quarterback too.
Third team, isn't it? Third team quarterback or fourth team? Third team quarterback.
They might play the third team because that kid's hurt too. The backup's hurt.
Yep, so I think that's third. So, and then Texas Tech and NC State.
That's going to be a good game. Going to be a good game. Yeah. 2 good teams. I like Texas Tech's chances there. If they can just that quarterback didn't look that great, but their defense looks pretty good. But NC State's tough. They're a sleeper in the ACC.
Yeah, we talked about them being in the top 25. And now this is crazy. The Big 12 standings. Okay, I hope you're sitting down in the truck or something. Kansas is leading the Big 12.
They better take a snapshot of that.
KU 2-0 overall,
yeah.
1-0 in conference. How about them? And then of course Iowa State 2-0, OU 2-0. Of course Iowa State's above OU because their second win was on the road. So they're 2-0, but 1-1 versus OU, Oklahoma State, TCU, and everybody else is 2-0. Baylor is down at the bottom, 1-1. Texas 1-1 also. And then pulling up the train, the caboose is West Virginia. At the bottom, at the bottom, at the bottom,
Yes,
at
sir.
the bottom. So, all right, my brother. Well, be good today. Have
All
a
right,
good
buddy.
one. Be safe. And then I will holler at you manana.
Will do.
All right, my brother. That was my guy, Drew
Be safe.
Henthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com. You probably want to go check him out. And, of course, today it is Tuesday, so you know where we're at. Do I need to talk about it? Yes, we are at Georgia's Happy Hog, 712 Culbertson Drive, 405-525-8111. They are open Monday through Saturday, 11 to 7. They are closed on Sunday, so they got to get that meat smoked. For any catering and events, you can call them at 405-525-8111. And, of course, they are just 2 blocks east of Lincoln on Culbertson, which is, I want to say it's, let me see, 12th, well, excuse me, was 13th, so it'd be 14th, 15th, Culbertson if you're going from OU Medical Center going north. And if you're coming back south with that stoplight on 18th and Lincoln, it's 17th, then Culbertson. So anyway, that's where they're located. Hopefully you guys can come. I take that back, 14th, 15th, 16th if you're coming south, or excuse me, north from the OU Medical Center, because OU is on 13th and Lincoln, so it's 14th, 15th, 16th, then Culbertson. So by all means, come and check it out. They are fantastic. The food is delicious, and I love it. And, of course, I've got some stuff that for my boy Ace when I get home tonight, because he will be mad that I've been gone all day, because that's how he is. He's a pit bull, and that's what they are. They're big old babies, and they love to be loved on. So I'll be there to see him. With that being said, everybody enjoy your Tuesday, and peace out, and be safe.